I'm sure many of you have heard of Shark Week. And this year, they came out with an extra special commercial. Snuffy the Seal. I'm sure most of you have seen it. In this commercial, Snuffy the Seal got hurt and then is returned to the sea. As it is being returned, it is attacked by a shark and eaten. This was a clever trick for the Shark Week. It caught everybody's attention and also worked very well on the channel it was on. The purpose of this speech is to speak about persuasion. I have chosen several different areas to discuss for this speech. I decided on the myths and stories, audience analysis, logic, reasoning, and evidence, credibility, and emotions and feelings. The first topic I have decided to discuss is the myths and stories. This commercial played on a common story about sharks, that they will eat anything and are fierce. There is some truth to this, but there is also some myth. Sharks are not as vicious as people play them out to be, but they can be when it comes to seals. They are the natural predator to seals. My next point is audience analysis. The audience analysis for this speech brought me to the fact that it is played on Discovery Channel. It is played that I have seen many times a day, but on this specific channel is where Shark Week is played, so therefore it draws in the audience that would watch this show. Although this may seem like a weak point because of the fact that it is played on the channel that it will be watched on, it is also played on many other channels, not just the one. My next point is logic, reasoning, and evidence. There is lots of evidence and many statistics about sharks attacking seals. It brings about a sense of false security and also brings in the attention of the people who would watch Shark Week. Most people don't realize what it takes to get someone's attention. This commercial certainly did get people's attention. My next point is credibility. Throughout this commercial, they use a credible source, or make it look like it's a credible source. They use a newscast. They have one reporter talking about Snuffy the Seal, and then the next reporter narrating what was going on and which person they were going to switch from. This makes it seem like it's a much more credible source because everybody tends to believe newscasts. My last point is emotions and feelings. At the beginning of this commercial, they play on the fact of the sweet little animal that they're returning to the sea after nursing it back to health. But as they're letting it go with that happy feeling, the second feeling that comes up is dread, as you see the shark jump up and then surprise when it reaches up and grabs the seal. Although this plays on your emotions, it also plays on your feelings, which are kind of the same thing, but a little different. You feel sorry for the seal, and yet you feel distaste and you're upset towards the shark. Would you feel upset if it's you in this commercial eating a cow? Most people don't think of it that way, but I thought it'd be a good point to make. In conclusion, this speech was my way of discussing persuasion. This commercial was very good at persuading me to watch Shark Week. I am very much looking forward to Shark Week and think it'll be a really good idea to watch because of how much this commercial has persuaded me. It's a very good example of such persuasive speaking, and it also was worked very hard on by the company because it can get people's attention. Thank you for listening.